Episode 2 focuses mostly on the downfall with Cheryl Leach. Again, that's Barney's creator, Cheryl Leach's son, Patrick, and the dark path he went down. And it just goes to show, no matter what kind of family or lifestyle you come from, you could come from a bad family, you either turn out good or bad. You can come from a good family and you come out either good or bad. Well, Patrick Leach, he came from a family of privilege. Of course not for the start, but once Barney was big, Cheryl Leach could give Patrick pretty much anything he could ever imagine or ever want. Sadly, Patrick took a dark turn, and we hear about the sadness that Cheryl and Patrick had to face in their personal lives behind the camera. Yes, his parents did divorce, but the tragic death of his father, that's pretty much what set it off. At least that's what David Joyner said in episode 2 of I Love You, You Hate Me. The 90s was a real attitude era. You know, the trend was to act like this bad boy. And I don't mean bad boy, I mean a god-awful bad boy. You know, you're a hellraiser, you're smashing things up, you're throwing a Molotov cocktail in a junkyard. Oh yeah, you're cool. You know, and the 90s were all about masculine men. You had to, you get big muscles like this and you go, yeah, you're cool. You get a pretty in your face big and bold tattoo, now you're cool. And now you add something colorful like Barney or Blue's Clues or Veggie Tales, and you go, this is a little different. There was a lot of pressure for people to hate Barney, to hate Blue's Clues, to hate anything that was kid-friendly. There was a lot of pressure for young adults and teenagers to do that so-called Barney bashing. That was a big trend in the early and mid-90s to Barney bash, and Barney became poster child for satire. Satire is one thing, but hatred is a big difference. And there were a lot of parents that were anti-Barney. People were saying, no, Barney's just not cool. Oh, did you know Barney's the reincarnation of the devil? They even created some kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons game, I guess you'd say, and it was called the Jihad to Destroy Barney the Purple Dinosaur, and it animates Barney in a very horrific Jurassic Park kind of manner, and it was just, dare I say, the funniest part in episode 2, and even Bob West, who is the original voice actor for Barney, he found it pretty funny as well. By 2010, Barney's popularity decreased dramatically, and not only that, it had been 10 years since Cheryl Leach decided to leave the show, and the show wasn't the same after Cheryl Leach left. Barney's puppeteer, David, left, his voice actor, Bob, left, and then Barney became a cash grabber. They're trying to figure out, let's see how much money we can make back. Let's see if we can change things up a bit. In many episodes that I saw of Barney growing up, there was hardly any conflict. It was always, let's work together and solve this problem. In 2013, Cheryl Leach's son, Patrick, it happened. Patrick went to Malibu, or he moved to Malibu with his fiancée and their 2 children. He and a neighbor, they were just those neighbors that didn't get along. And eventually, their disagreements turned into a shooting. Patrick actually shot his neighbor with a .45 caliber handgun. It was a miracle that his next door neighbor miraculously survived. I thought about doing this review for a pretty long time, and it took a while for me to kind of gather my thoughts. What am I going to say exactly for this? So thank you all for tuning in to watch my epic review for not just a documentary, but in general. This is probably my most ambitious review ever, and I hope anyone who watched I Love You, You Hate Me learned a thing or two from it.